Looking out for the retired players. And a conference rivalry renewed tonight. This one could get a little chippy, Chris.
The games like this always have a little bit of extra meaning on both sides, especially for the fans. You can see that look of intensity in their eyes.
Nice and high.
So the Pelicans win the tip. Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. The bigs inside, Davis and Cousins. Holiday out there with Rajon Rondo, and it's Hill in at the 3. Cousins, no good.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. And Davis gets it to go on the assist by Holiday.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot. Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And one reason why the Rockets were okay with letting Dwight Howard leave was because they knew that Clint Capella could fill that role. He quietly gives this team that finisher down on the block, and he has been absolutely, Chris, huge for the Rockets.
Oh, yeah, maybe the best in the league at finishing off lobs last year. Not the most spectacular, but the most consistent last year on that pick and roll because he's so active without the ball. Always moving, giving guards a target, great hands to catch and finish.
And here is Hill. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Shoots from 14. And it's Davis missing.
Well, that's giving him too much space from mid-range. It doesn't hurt him there, but they can't keep doing that.
Paul for 3. That one doesn't drop. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. Tipped away. And Holiday kicks to Rondo. Hill has the open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
11 seconds left to play in the first. Clark, the pass to Davis. There's Crawford with the 3. Doesn't go that time. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Houston on top. They're up by 3. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Told us about the depth of their roster. So important for any team.
Our bench is amazing.
When your starters feel that good about their second unit guys, that's a heck of a asset that a team can have. And if you've seen Chris Paul cheering from the bench, you know that it's very, very true.
And Kevin, that's the kind of team that's always been so much fun to play on. Everybody's really pulling for one another, no matter who's playing. Even in practice, with that kind of a team, you tend to have more fun.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
Aggressive rebounding in that first quarter. That's what's given them the advantage.
Well, it does a couple of things. It gives you more opportunities, but it also sets a tone. They're the more physical, the more dominant team right now.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for New Orleans right now, the star big men pair of Davis and Cousins are up front. Ian Clark out there with Jordan Crawford, and it's Pondexter in at the 3 slot. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Pelicans do have their challenges, but Anthony Davis remains committed to winning in New Orleans. He said, "I love it here. I don't plan on leaving. I guess I fit into that old school category where I want to try to win where I start my career. That's always been a goal of mine. My goal is to bring a championship here." Kevin?
And David, loyalty does go a long way. Davis is a perfect guy to build your team around. He wants to win. Nene outside. Here is Mbamute. The Rockets with another miss.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
Here's Davis, and it's slammed in by Davis.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Gordon for three, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
And Gordon has always been a lethal perimeter shooter. When he gets a clean look, he doesn't hesitate pulling the trigger.
They set the pick. Here's Clark. Down low with 2 seconds left. Count it, and the Houston lead has been cut down to 2 on the bucket from Pondexter.
Well, he caught him in stride with the lead pass. Now that was timely.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. The second quarter saw them lose just a fraction of the lead they held at the end of the first, as they're now ahead by 2 points. That's it for now as the second...
Welcome back to the Toyota Center, everyone. That's a look at our broadcast location tonight here in downtown Houston, Texas. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
Well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
Terrific first half on offense. This is how you draw it up. We'll see if they can maintain that efficiency going forward.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. And the Pelicans at last season's trade deadline making the big deal for DeMarcus Cousins.
You know, you look at Anthony Davis being paired with Cousins, and certainly on paper, you could make the argument that they've got the best 1-2 punch on the front line in the league. 2 Kentucky guys, great size and offensive skill in terms of their versatility. If they can surround them with shooters and some perimeter defense, I think this group could be scary.
The 2 pillars of this team, Chris Paul and Harden, are the 1 and the 2. Anderson is down low with Capella, and it's a reason in at the small forward position. They're the group for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Rockets leading by 3. Here's Harden. Holiday with the block. And here is Hill. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Stolen by Harden. And it's Harden slamming it down.
I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. A superb athlete.
That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Knocks it loose. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And the shot goes in. Harden's got 4 points this quarter. Here's Rondo. 41 seconds left in the third. There's a screen. Davis dishes to Cousins to stop the run. And Capella sends it back. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Paul with the ball. And Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. New Orleans making a switch here. There's the dish to Holiday. Pass to Miller. Feeds to Davis. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
It's his first trip to the line. And that one falls for Anthony Davis. And he makes the first but misses the second. Anderson outside. And so it's Houston holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Let's take a listen now to Alvin Gentry.
Guys, we got to be more solid, okay? We got to be more solid defensively. Now we got to dig in, we got to guard, okay? And then we got to execute our offense.
A lot of things on that list, trying to refocus his troops moments ago, Coach Alvin Gentry.
Yeah, the energy's all right, but the execution definitely could be better with and without the basketball.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play getting started. On the court for the Pelicans, getting the fourth quarter going. Holiday and Moore, the guards. Hill is out there with Miller, and it's Davis at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Holiday against Harden. But they'll get another chance. And Abamute kicks to Gordon. The pass to Anderson. Fires from deep. Kept alive by Houston. There's 1:17 left in the game.
You can see that he definitely takes rebounding seriously, and his size really helps him come down with plenty of those tough boards.
Double team on Holiday. Outside Hill. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Hill's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Pelicans. Here's Anderson. Pelicans pull it in.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And stolen by Gordon. Oh, and here we go with Gordon. Nobody back. And finished off by Anderson.
And now they are probably too far ahead. It's going to be nearly impossible to get back in this one.
That's why you can't let yourself get in this deeper hole. Very little time now to climb out.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 7. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden.
And he's had a very good night shooting the basketball. A little over 50% from the field. And a lot of those shots have come against some tight D. That shows the level of his focus and consistency.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. And they go to the intentional foul. .35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. No good on the quick three.
Clock's ticking. They got to get up a shot.
But even if they make it, you got to foul quick or it's over. It's a wrap.
And the Rockets with possession here. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
And despite having been in this league what seems like forever, Paul still goes to the line at a fairly high clip.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 5. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
Well, do you go with your rhythm? You have to decide, do you run something new, something that's been working, something they haven't seen?
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from... Oh!
And when Harden sees a clear lane to the hoop, just move out the way. He jumps on it. So relentless in how he exploits open space.
And Cousins kicks to Hill. Connects from downtown. Harden with it. So it's a narrow victory for the Rockets, pulling it out for the W. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. James, you guys look like you got to pace and space the way you want to tonight.
Yeah, they did a good job. Very good job. We tried to push the ball as much as possible. They kept getting offensive rebounds, so we stuck with it 4 quarters and grinded it out.
Yeah, you got control at the end there, and it led to the win. Thanks, James. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you.